Hello, this is teacher Isaac, and in this video we are going to learn about how to work out or to add and subtract matrices. And we have this matrix here, and before you start adding a matrix you need to know two things. So before you start adding matrices you need to know two things. Now the first thing you need to know is that you should know, that is number one, how to find or how to determine the order of a matrix. Now, how do you determine the order of a matrix? Now, the order of a matrix is equals to number of rows multiplied by number of columns. So it is R multiplied by C, or what we call RC. So the order of a matrix is given by RC. So for easier remembering, you can just say RC, number of rows multiplied by number of columns. Now, which are rows and which are columns? For example, this matrix here, the first matrix here, these are rows that are moving like that, and these are columns like that. And therefore, with that now, this matrix will be a 2 by 2 matrix because it has two rows, 1, 2, and how many columns? 1, 2. So it is a 2 by 2 matrix. That is the order of that matrix. Now again, you need to know this, and this one is very important when you are adding matrices. It is what we call compatibility of matrices. Now you need to know, or you need to know how to determine if the matrices are compatible. Now, when are matrices compatible? Matrices are compatible if they are of the same order. Therefore, with that knowledge now, we can try now to add these two matrices here. And we can start with the first matrix, which is 2, 7, 3, 8. And we first of all determine its order, and we have said determine the order is RC. So number of rows multiplied by number of columns, and we count number of rows 1, 2. So it will be 2. Then number of columns multiplied by number of columns 1, 2. It will be 2. We come to this, then the second matrix. We count the number of rows 1, 2. So it will be 2. Then we count number of columns 1, 2. It will be times 2. And therefore, you can be able to see that they are of the same order. They are 2 by 2 matrices, and therefore they are compatible. Since they are of the same order, they are compatible, and therefore we can add them now. Now, when it comes to adding, now you need to know that 2, you add 2 and 1, 7 and 0, 3 and 4, 8 and negative 1. Why? Because these elements, they are of the same position. For example, 2 and 1, they are in the same position. For example, 2 is in the first position, first column, first row, first column, and 1 is in the first row, first column. 8 is the same position with negative 1 because they are in the second row, second column, and 2 is the second row, second column, and so on and so forth. And therefore, we are going to add these two, and we shall add 2 plus 1 because they are in the same position, 7 plus 0, 3 plus 4, 3 plus 4, and 8 plus minus 1. And therefore, we shall say it is 2 plus 1 is 3, 7 plus 0 is 7, 3 plus 4 is 7, 8 plus minus 1 is 7. And that is the answer. So you get 1 mark here and another mark there. So we can also try this one here. And the first thing we have said is to determine the order of a matrix. We determine the order of this matrix so that we know if they are compatible. So we have said to determine the order of a matrix is RC, row multiplied by columns, number of rows multiplied by number of columns. And if we count the first matrix, if we count the number of rows, will be 1, 2, 3. So there will be 3 rows. How many columns? 1, 2, 3. Therefore, multiplied by 3. The same here, 1, 2, 3. So 3 rows, 1, 2, 3, and 3 columns. And therefore, the matrix they are of the same order and hence compatible. And therefore, we can continue, move on and add them. Now, remember, we are minusing this one and this one here. 3 minus 3, 5 minus 2, 0 minus 1. So it will be 3 minus 3, 5 minus 2, 0 minus 1. Then 4 minus 0, 9 minus 2. 9 minus 2. Remember, here is minus 2. Again, 6 minus 5. And then 1 minus 6, 7 minus 0, 3 minus 5. Like that. And therefore, our answer will be 3 minus 3 is 0. 5 minus 2 is 3. 0 minus 1 is minus 1. 4 minus 0 is 4. 9 minus 2 is 11. 6 minus 1 is 1. 1 minus 6 is minus 5. You can visit the number line. 7 minus 0 is 7. 3 minus 5 is minus 2. And that is our answer. You get 1 mark here and another mark there. You can try this and you can give me the answer. So thank you for watching.